before you invest a pound, a dollar, 1 naira in Nigeria, you need to hear this. Nigeria is a country of great opportunities, but it's also a country of complexities. When I talk about complexities, I also mean B and C, bribery and corruption. Unfortunately, Nigeria is very corrupt. We have to accept that one. That's the reality. We're from Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria, but that's the truth about Nigeria. If you think that things will work according to the law or work according to how they're written on paper, you might end up losing everything you've worked so hard for in abroad. I just watched a story on TikTok that reminded me why every diasporan needs to slow down before investing in Nigeria. I've done a video and that was what I recommended. If you have a big idea, I'm not talking about just if it's a small business, fine. But if you have a big idea where you have to invest so much money, please don't rush into things. Nigeria is very, very complex and highly unpredictable. I've always said it. The other time, it was the case of the coastal road with people that invested in an estate along that road. Initially, the plan of the coastal road was not supposed to pass the estate or go through the estate. But Nigeria being what it is, as I said, Nigeria is very unpredictable. That was it. So many people lost their investment. I heard a man died. He just could not take the whole thing. He died. In Nigeria, what looks perfectly fine today can become a serious problem tomorrow. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Madam Chumzy, and on this channel I talk about relocation to Nigeria, live in Nigeria and also live in the UK. So today I'm really tired, but I need to do this video. I watched a video on TikTok about, it was two guys that came from the diaspora, one from the UK. They came and invested in Nigeria. They started a business. The one that was from the UK said he had borrowed £75,000 to start this business. All to wake up one morning, their business was being demolished. We tend to see this in Nigeria a lot. People's houses getting demolished. So I've done a video before where I want people, if you have a great idea, a great business that you're going to invest so much money, you cannot just go and invest. Don't rush into things. Take your time. Make sure you check and check and check and pray and pray and pray. Nigeria is very, very complex and unfortunately very, very corrupt. I don't know the details of everything about that this case, but I just came here to remind you guys again. I'm not saying that people should not invest in Nigeria. That's not what I'm saying. But bear in mind, know what you're dealing with. Study the system in Nigeria. Nigeria is not like abroad. Things are not always straightforward. We have laws, but when it comes to enforcement of those or enforcement of the laws in Nigeria or interpretation, usually it's very subjective. Obviously, he must have done his homework. I wouldn't believe that he didn't do the check-ins and what he needs to check before buying the land or starting his business. But for some reason, which I don't know, the property, or rather his business was, their business were demolished, leaving so many people that they employed unemployed. That video, a lot of people were, you could see that they were sad. They were really, really sad. And it's a sad video that to watch. It really broke my heart. But that's the sad reality of what we're dealing with in Nigeria. And what I keep asking myself is, you keep seeing cases of people's properties being demolished and people's businesses being demolished. What I don't understand is, why doesn't the government get to the root of the issue? Find out how did these people, if you say, okay, those the lands or whatever, they were not supposed to be developed, or the papers that these people have, they are wrong documents, What I don't understand, why don't the government investigate and find out where is this problem coming from? What people are losing money every day in, day out, and without compensation, without nobody being prosecuted, sorry, for these are crimes as far as I'm concerned. People's lives are ruined. So these are the things I don't understand about Nigeria. If it's in the West, definitely they're going to investigate. And what I don't really understand with this demolition of people's properties in Nigeria is when the people are building it, when they start building it, why doesn't the government make sure that you come and stop them? You allow people to build house, stay there, live there. The next thing you come and demolish it. I don't just understand. So these are the things that if you're moving to Nigeria, I don't know about other parts of Africa, you've got to bear in mind. If you're buying your property, your land, or starting a business, please make sure you really check. Make sure you check. Find out the history of the place or the land you want to buy, whatever. You need to really check. You need to really check, because people are falling for this trap constantly. But again, with Nigeria, you have to really pray, because sometimes as I said, Nigeria is very corrupt. Someone can just sit down, one devil in their office can just sit down and say you're the problem, and they'll just target that land just because of somebody, and that's it, and everybody there will suffer. And that's the truth of the matter of how Nigeria is. Or again, it might be that someone high and mighty is not interested in that land. If they see that that area is one that it's, let's say it's developed, probably when they bought the land, it wasn't that developed, or it's not developed, and it's now like a place that, will I say it's premium, highbrow. You'll be surprised that someone will just target that land, and as I said, Nigeria is corrupt, and that will be it. And they'll just target that place, demolish it, and they don't even care how the people originally there, how it affects them, and that's it. So Nigeria, you've got to really be careful. You've got to really be careful. And as I said, you've got to pray that you don't fall victim of these things. And one of the guy was saying they would, and then that's another thing you keep hearing with this demolition thing. They don't even allow the people to take their stuff. At least allow them to take. You cannot be, you see somebody trying to drag something from what you're demolishing, and you just go ahead and bulldoze the whole thing. It's just wickedness. A lot of wickedness in display in Nigeria, to be honest with you. I do feel sorry for the people that are dependent on those jobs for their family. You could see people were really sad. Some were crying. It's so sad. It's really sad. But that's the sad reality of Nigeria. And as I said, I don't understand why they don't try to investigate and bring some people to order or face the law. But again, because of corruption. That's the major problem we have in Nigeria, corruption. So as I said, this is not to discourage anybody from investing in Nigeria. But before you put your money, just do the risk management or risk assessment and risk management. In Nigerian is God save you. That's the only way I'll say it. God save you. That's the only thing I would say. So always make sure you check everything. Do your due diligence. Because Nigeria, if you're not careful, will turn your dream to nightmares. And that's the truth. That's the reality that many people face in Nigeria. So that'll be it for today. Please, if you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly consider doing so. Like my videos, share my videos, and click on the notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much, all of you that have subscribed to my channel. I really thank you. I'm really grateful for your support. Thank you if you've watched to this point. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.